So the question I get asked the most by far is, how did you get your job, or how can I get your job? And unfortunately, I do not have a one-size-fits-all answer to that question. There's many different paths to getting this job, but I can at least tell you how I got here. So please enjoy this lost footage that wouldn't make it into any other videos while I explain it. So my grandfather was a master electrician, and when I was a teenager, I would help him on weekends. I had no clue what I was doing, but it did get me a little bit interested in the trade. I always hated school, but my high school did have a vocational program which was free. So I took HVAC and electrical my first year and just electrical my second year. And it was great. We learned basic electrical theory, basic codes, did hands-on projects. It was a great class. And I learned quickly that electrical work in any form interested me, and I was naturally pretty good at it. I even competed in Skills USA up to the state level. They cheated me out of nationals.
Life isn't fair at all.
Just kidding, they didn't. And in my second year of VOTech, my teacher said, if you finish all your projects early, we'll go over some more advanced stuff. And thankfully, he actually knew a good amount about motor controls, and he decided he was going to teach me that, which most kids didn't even get to learn. But I finished all my projects about a month into the school year, so I got a lot of time to work on that. We certainly weren't working on any PLCs or VFDs, but we did basic relay logic, motor starters. I knew what normally open, normally closed meant. This is actually the original drawing and picture of the motor control wall I built at that school, and I wired every part of that thing over and over again. I learned a ton of good stuff there, and I will always say it was one of the best choices I ever made. This shed I'm showing you is actually a little workshop underneath my parents' deck. I used to make knives back in the day as a hobby, and even back then, I was very interested in overcomplicating everything. I built this little control panel for an emergency stop system and for all my lighting. Not a single wire label to be found, and the thing is messy as hell, but it still works 10 years later, so there's that. Also, I wired the entire shed in EMT when I was 16, so now you understand why my house is the way it is. After high school, I actually went to work for a manufacturing company in a testing lab where we did mostly testing of machinery, but all the machines did run on PLCs and VFDs. Now, I didn't really know what the hell I was doing there, but I was at least familiar with the terms and familiar with what they did. I definitely didn't program anything. I might have landed some I/O, but it added to my experience. After that, I went to work for a regular electrical contractor doing residential construction, residential service, a little bit of commercial, not a whole lot, no industrial. But I learned to be a regular electrician, and I also went to code school and did my apprenticeship during that time. That's non-union for anyone who's wondering. And then I got the job I have today, where I have been for the last 8 years. Thankfully, they did not require a degree. But the real reason I get to do what I do at my job is because I love what I do, and they can see that. I try to make myself as valuable as possible and learn as much as possible. Volunteer for those big, intimidating projects. It lets them know that you can always do more. So keep applying, and good luck.